Braden Corbett has a touchdown completion on that pass as he hits Mike Henley Jr. And the Concordia Cadets take a 6-0 lead over the Wayne Generals early on in the ball game. Good evening, everybody. I'm Thad Goff, and you are watching this broadcast of high school football on SummitCitySports.com. Concordia opens up to the early 7-0 lead as Braden Corbett, the starting quarterback. It had been Jack Andrews starting at quarterback for most of the season. Corbett comes in to start for the Cadets. We're about to have Concordia kicking off to Wayne. The Generals come in at 2-3 overall. It is week 7 of the high school football season. And kicking off will be Riley Ripke for Concordia. Ripke with an onside kick. Concordia got to make sure they don't touch it. Who got the football? It did end up going 10 yards. Looks like Wayne came away with it. Quintavion Hamilton comes out of the pile with the football.
All right, future cadets, here's your opportunity to win some special door prizes, but you have to pay close attention.
And the Generals will start from the 50-yard line, rather.
To the north side of the press box.
I do apologize that this game's getting to you a little bit later. Had some technical difficulties, and we plan to be streaming on YouTube, or show the replay on YouTube later this evening. What you're watching right now is a replay of this game on YouTube as Harold Mack goes under center. He will hand that one off the left side to Josiah Stallings, and Stallings takes it for a gain of about 2. Kemar Nelson is Wayne's leading rusher. However, Stallings is often the starter. Stallings has some power in his own right. He's 5'7", 169 pounds rather. But he can run for some power. They've got the I formation out there so far for the Generals. Harold Mack, the quarterback, with Lanas Martin serving as the fullback in front of Stallings. Set up a little screen to the outside, and that's Tyree Eldridge, and Tyree is able to get out of bounds to about the 44-yard line. Mike Henley Jr., the freshman, with the touchdown catch for Concordia. That's got him on the board and leading 7-0.
Two more names to call for you, future cadets. Alan Nagel from Holy Cross and Lexi Butler from Concordia Lutheran. Come up and see Haley in the orange shirt.
Handoff off the left side, and that is Kemar Nelson, who almost broke it for a huge gain. He got the first down, gets down to the 30-yard line.
It's a first down for the Generals.
Little offset I formation this time. The toss goes to Stallings, and Stallings with a little stiff arm, but the Cadets are all over him. Looked like Jacob Levitt was one of the men there to help make the tackle for Concordia. And it's a gain of, well, really no gain, actually. Check that. They do mark it up at the 35-yard line. Right now we've got 8:16 on the clock.
Who may have had their names called. She's right in front of the press box. She's making it really easy for you guys.
Mack will fake the handoff. He's got room to run if he wants it. There is a flag down. It's a first down and more, and Mack is gone. We'll check the penalty, but for now it's a touchdown for Wayne. And it sounds like it's coming back. Holding the call against the Generals, as you could hear the roar from the crowd here at Zollner Stadium. Let's take a look at this replay, see if we can find where the hold might have taken place. Our replays are brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Mack had all kinds of room to run here, as you'll see it. It might have been there on the right side of the formation. Perhaps Trey Dillard, the tight end, got a little piece of Ripke, held him by the shoulder pads, perhaps. Either way, it's going to be second down and 19 after the penalty. It's Mack to throw to the far side, complete to Jacob Sharon, who breaks one tackle. Sharon down the sideline, gets it back. 6 for the Generals.
And it's a touchdown for the Generals.
The Mack touchdown comes back, but Sharon takes it in. Wayne doesn't really have a place kicker for extra points at least, so they tend to go for 2. And it looks like that's what they're going to do here. After they kick this extra point, or I should say, after they go for 2 here, we'll show you the replay of the 2 touchdowns. As always, our replays are brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Bunch formation to the near side. Mack rolls, looks to throw, floats it, end zone incomplete. He had Sharon. It was well defended, though, by Concordia. Well, look at the back end of this last touchdown, the first touchdown for Concordia. Braden Corbett able to stand in the pocket, and he finds his man, Mike Henley Jr., the freshman. And Concordia goes up by a score of 6-0 with that touchdown. But afterwards, Jacob Sharon with a burst of speed. Right after Harold Mack's touchdown comes off the board, Mack gets a touchdown pass, and Jacob Sharon turned on the Jets to get to the house, and it is 6-6. A good ball game here at Concordia. Kickoff to the sideline, and that will go out of bounds.
Flag on the play as that kick goes out of bounds.
Again, do apologize for some technical difficulties we had in getting started this game. You are watching a replay of Wayne versus Concordia here on SummitCitySports.com. So far, looking like a good game. Concordia went down the field their first drive, and Braden Corbett, the starting quarterback, got the touchdown pass to Mike Henley Jr. He tosses this one to the left side. That's Victor Sawyer, able to get out of bounds, but no gain on the play, and he hurdles over his own bench. Jaden Bushy was the one who chased him out.
Gain of about a yard.
7:29 to go in this first quarter. Corbett back to throw. He got it away, but it's incomplete. Kemar Nelson was the one who brought the pressure for the Generals.
No gain in that play as
Well, Nelson comes into this game with 7 sacks on the season. He is the leading pass rusher for Wayne, but they've got a number of great pass rushers on their team. Javante Eldridge, a freshman. Right now he's got 1 sack, but I had Wayne's game 2 weeks ago against Southside, and he was constantly in the backfield. A tackle for loss and a sack in that game. This young man is someone to watch out for. As Corbett looks to throw, he's in trouble. He steps up, and he's taken down. He will get positive yardage, but Eldridge was one of the men who helped get him down, along with Mykylan Westmoreland.
short gain, about 4 yards, and it is now 4th down.
It's a gain of 4 on the play.
And it looks like the Cadets
Punt team comes out. Riley Ripke will come out to punt it away to Victor Doty.
30 from Wayne. Kevon Morris back to receive along with number 20.
Snap to Ripke. They get some pressure. He gets the punt away. Concordia's got a bunch of guys near that one. They'll down it as it starts to roll forward at the 28-yard line. That's where Wayne will start their next possession. 6:43 on the clock. We're back in just a moment here on SummitCitySports.com.
Hey, Cam Smith here with PSM Football. I'm here to tell you about an exciting new 5v5 co-ed youth flag league. This will be an 8-week league on Saturday, starting in November, right here at Empowered Sports Club, with an evaluation day on October 26th that will help us determine teams. This will be a competitive flag league for ages 6U through 14U that will also focus on skill development. Registration is now open at psmfootball.com, and be sure to follow PSM Football on social media to find your early bird discount code.
Keep recording. Tied at 6, Wayne takes over at their own 28-yard line. A screen to start out this drive to the far side. That's Tyree Eldridge. Eldridge gets down the sideline. Oh, the Generals flying down the field already.
By number 25.
By the reaction here in the booth, I thought there might be a flag, but apparently none has been thrown.
Down for the Generals.
But Tyree Eldridge, the sophomore, older brother of Javante Eldridge, coming up with a big play there for Wayne. You know, with Harold Mack, the former wide receiver, moving over to quarterback these days, you're going to have to find some other weapons in the offense, and Tyree certainly capable of being one of those weapons. Showed you the speed on that last possession. Power I formation for Wayne. Off the left side, that's going to be a short gain. I think that's Stallings who gets the carry. And Stallings out to about the 42-yard line, maybe the 43. They'll call it the 42.
A 4-yard gain for the Generals on that carry.
Second down and 7 coming up.
And 7.
Have an update from volleyball. Indiana Tech beat Huntington in 3, and Indiana Wesleyan beat Cornerstone in 5. Those games taking place at Turnstone. Meanwhile, it is a first down carry for the Generals. That's Stallings. And Wayne will move the chains on that second down run that now turns into first down. From the 49-yard line, Wayne takes over. Mack to throw. Great fake. He goes downfield looking for Eldridge. Incomplete. I believe that was Avery Cook who had the coverage downfield. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 on the play. Avery Cook plays both wide receiver and defensive back. It is homecoming, by the way, here at Concordia. So they'll announce the homecoming king and queen as well as the remainder of the homecoming court at halftime. 5:21 to go here in this first quarter. Concordia went down the field and scored on their first drive of the game. That was Braden Corbett connecting with Mike Henley Jr. Handoff goes to Nelson, and Nelson lowers his shoulder to get extra yards. He gets to the 40, just a yard shy of the line to gain. Kemar Nelson, the leading rusher for Wayne coming into this game, although he's not the starting rusher. Seen the Generals use him often in short yardage situations, and they run this one straight ahead. The ball comes out. If Wayne fell back on top of it, it's a first down. Wayne says they've got it, and it looks like they do.
Advances them far enough to get a first down. It is 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line.
Well, we might show you that replay a little bit later, but the Generals are going hurry up here, so we'll keep it right here for you. Mack back to throw. Throws on the run, and that is complete to H.J. Dillard at the 20-yard line. He's got a first down. Well, Trey Dillard, of course, is also part of the basketball team at Wayne. He's a starting power forward, and, well, just 2 years ago, the Generals and the Cadets were the top 2 teams in the SAC. The Generals ended up winning the conference that year, their first of 2 straight SAC titles in men's basketball. Football field, both teams trying to get it going in the right direction. There's Nelson going in the right direction, looking for the goal line, but he's taken down at the 5. Jeremiah Castilla-Frederick was the one who makes the tackle. That was not Jordan Sell. That's Kemar Nelson. Jordan Sell has been out since the scrimmage. Talking to Coach Haydock just before the game. Sell's a tight end, but he's still walking around on a stretcher. He's not walking. It's one of those contraptions where you can walk with one foot, but you rest your other leg because you can't put any weight on it. Shotgun formation on 1st and goal. Play clock at 6. Nelson up the middle, bouncing off tacklers. He's in. Touchdown.
It is a touchdown for the Generals in the hands of number 9, Kemar Nelson.
Kemar Nelson in for 6. And Wayne takes the lead 12-6. Again, Wayne does not have a PAT or field goal kicker at their disposal, so they go for 2 in these situations. And Harold Mack will operate out of the pistol. Rolling to his right is Mack, looking for someone, and he's got his man. 2-point conversion is good to Jacob Sharon. There is a flag down, though. Sounds like it's against Wayne, based on the announcement from PA announcer Chad Hoover. It's holding. So the 2 is coming off the board. See if we can see it here on the Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning replay. Thought I did see a hold there on the near side of the field. It might have been Brian Rogers, number 64. So now it's a 2-point attempt from the 13-yard line. This is almost like 1st and 10, a traditional 1st and 10, except it's an extra point conversion. Wayne motions everybody around. Mack rolls, looks, throws to the corner, caught, Eldridge, he's in! Tyree Eldridge. Well, Wayne's first touchdown came after a penalty called a touchdown back. This 2-point attempt, and an impressive one, comes after a 2-point try was called back. Here's another look at it on our replay. They're brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Boy, Eldridge went right up to get that thing, got just enough separation. He's 6'1", 171 pounds, and just got barely across the goal line, just enough to make it a 14-6 game. Get a few words in from our sponsors while we have a chance. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. New state-of-the-art car wash facilities. Free car washes are available when you buy from Kelly Automotive Group. Shop online at drivekelly.com. And today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge training program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. (14-6). Wayne on top of Concordia early on in this SAC matchup. And a lot of rivalries going on across the SAC tonight. This one's kind of designated as a rivalry, so to speak. You got Homestead versus Carroll, Dwenger versus Lewers, Snyder versus Northrop, Southside versus Northside. We can't forget about that one. Who's left is Wayne and Concordia. Two teams play almost on the opposite side of Fort Wayne. But as I said, the two schools had the top two teams in the SAC in basketball just 2 years ago, with Wayne winning the title. That's Noah Trent on the return. Well, they said Noah Trent. That looked more like a 6, which would be Avery Cook. Avery Cook, who plays wide receiver and defensive back. He also does play basketball for Concordia. I'd imagine he's coming back for the team this year. Could ask his head coach, Phil Brockman, who's here in the booth. At halftime, Phil's running the scoreboard. Well, Concordia on their first drive took it all the way down the field and got the game's first points. The last drive, they were not able to get into scoring position. Braden Corbett starting at quarterback tonight. It's been Jack Andrews starting most of the season, but Corbett started a good chunk of games last year. In there now, he gets some pressure right away and throws incomplete. That was Jaden Bushy bringing the pressure for the Generals. Pistol formation. Concordia plays kind of an air raid scheme. They put 4 wide receivers on the field for every game, and there's some movement up front. Michael Lindsay did come across, but he may have been drawn off. Concordia's already backing up. False start. Looked to me like the referee was about to signal offsides. But Concordia was already backing up before he signaled it. That was an interesting sequence, to say the least. 2nd down and 15 coming up for Concordia. Concordia won their first 2 games of the season, both non-conference games against Indy Cecina and Eastbrook. The Cecina game was here, the Eastbrook game on the road. but they've lost 4 straight since then as Corbett fires downfield. Oh, that looked like it should have been picked. Adrian Wooten and Victor Doty were in the area. Neither of them gets the pick. Give that a look on our replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. It looked like Wooten might have had it in his hands and then just dropped it. That's 2 reliable defensive backs for the Generals, 2 very experienced defensive backs, and neither of them could come up with a pick. 3rd down and 15 coming up for Concordia. Corbett to the sideline. Incomplete.
Pass was intended for...
He was looking for Zach Spielman.
And it is incomplete. It brings up 4th down.
It's going to be 4th and 15, and Concordia will punt it away. 2:59 on the clock. Pressure on the punt. Wayne doesn't get to it. It's returnable, and it will be picked up. Returned inside the 35-yard line.
30. Morris.
Kayvon Morris on the return for the Generals, and they are set up with excellent field position. Already up 14-6. Wayne trying to spoil homecoming night.
Just in front of the press box. Olive Robinson Stewart from Concordia. Also, Lillian Pells.
Wayne will send a number of players in motion.
Lillian Pells from Holy Cross and Colton Jacob.
Looks like they're going to go with a little pistol formation here. Nope, Mack goes under center. Wayne would frequently go under center even in the Derek Moore days. They've continued to do so under Sherwood Haydock as Mack fires and it's incomplete. He had H.J. Dillard wide open. Well, Trey Dillard, he's 6'6", but not tall enough to make that catch. Mack probably thinking that that's one he wishes he could have back. Trey Dillard started the year at quarterback for the Generals. But I think it was for the Southside game when the change was made and Harold Mack was named the starter. Toss, it's bobbled initially, and then Stallings loses the ball. It's picked up by Concordia and returned across the 50-yard line. Zach Spielman comes up with it. And after the Generals started with great field position, the Cadets come up with the takeaway. A look at it on our replay once again, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Boy, Stallings bobbled that from the start, never secured it. I'm not even sure he brought it in and held it tight. But Spielman, Johnny on the spot, and Concordia able to flip the field position with that recovery. Corbett in trouble, flushed, goes down. He got a yard out of it, but that's it. Devin Walton with the tackle. Got up to the 44 on the play. Here at Zollner Stadium, they put in new field turf back in 2020. It was ready to go in time for the 2020 season. When they had grass here at Zollner, that grass used to take quite a beating when it would rain or when it would snow. I believe it was a playoff game against Belmont where Concordia had Zollner Stadium take quite a beating. They ended up losing in the postseason to a Belmont team that had not really had a great regular season. Corbett in trouble, and he's going to go down. He flips it out at the last second to avoid a sack. It will be ruled incomplete, and a flag comes in. Javante Eldridge and Kemar Nelson, along with Lanas Martin, helped to get the pressure, but we'll check on the penalty. Intentional grounding is the call. Well, Corbett did go backwards. Didn't look like he ever really left the tackle box. Kind of left it, then went back in. So he's kind of on the edge there. I'm not sure. I thought he might have just gotten out of the tackle box. But then again, the ball does have to get back to the line of scrimmage to avoid intentional grounding, and it did not. Four wide receivers. That's a constant formation for Concordia. Corbett looks to throw, and he's taken down. Ripped down by Kemar Nelson.
Number 9.
Well, Nelson making an impact early on in this game. And Concordia is taken all the way back to the 41 after they had gotten the recovery in Wayne territory. Well, they've gone the wrong way the last couple of plays. 4th down and 24. Ripke on to punt it away. All pressure by the Generals. They don't get it. That'll bounce, and Doty tries to field it. Ball's loose. Concordia's got it. Jacob Levitt falls on the loose football. Boy, Victor Doty would have been better suited just to let that one roll.
Get their hands on the ball and now have
Would have affected field position. However, it would have preserved the possession, but instead Concordia comes away with the ball at the Wayne 22-yard line. Well, General defense probably going to start to get tired here soon, and Doty would have been better off to just get away from that. But Jacob Levitt, Johnny on the spot, and Concordia starts at the Wayne 22. Corbett in trouble, fires toward the end zone, one-on-one, and it's incomplete. The coverage by Adrian Wooten. It was looking for Avery Cook.
incomplete. Second 10 for the Cadets.
And it's going to be 2nd down coming up for Concordia. Pistol formation for Levitt. For Corbett. It was Levitt who got the recovery. It's an option. Corbett going to toss it. Sawyer, nowhere to go. He got away from the first man, actually. Nelson looked like he had him dead to rights. In the end, it's Quentin Thomas who makes the tackle. No gain on the play. And it will be 2nd down and 10.
There is a flag on the play.
We do have a flag down meanwhile. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Generals.
That call has been made against the Generals. And then advances the Cadets into...
That's going to be an automatic 1st down for Concordia, and they'll move the ball down, looks like to the 11-yard line. Concordia started conference play against Snyder. They actually scored on their first drive in that game, and it looked like they might be on their way to an upset, but then Snyder scored 17 unanswered. All those points coming off turnovers to close out the first half, and they ran away from Concordia in the second half. Corbett in trouble, going down. Lanas Martin.
in the backfield for a loss of 13 yards.
Well, so many different guys that can make an impact for this Wayne defense. Kemar Nelson comes in as the leader in sacks, but Lanas Martin has made a big impact for Concordia on the year as the buzzer sounds to close out the first quarter. 14-6 in favor of Wayne, and we will be right back for the start of the second quarter in just a moment on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade-in services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
We'll go ahead and change our scoreboard here. It is the start of the second quarter. Concordia recovering back-to-back fumbles. And that's movement up front by the Generals. I think the Cadets might have drawn them off. Jacob Levitt recovered the fumble not too long ago. That was right after another fumble recovered by Zach Spielman. Set the Cadets up with good field position, but right now, penalties and the Wayne pass rush combining to push Concordia backwards. This is a Wayne team that's very good at getting after the quarterback. Lanos Martin had a sack earlier. He's got 9.5 tackles for loss. Pass is complete to the near side. Out of bounds goes Noah Trent. Trent's listed as number 1 on our roster, but apparently wearing number 3 tonight. It's an interesting change there, but it's worth noting. Noah Trent, one of several quality receivers that this Cadets team has.
It is third down.
As far as sacks go, Lanos Martin has 4.5 sacks on the year. Give him 5.5 after the sack he had earlier this drive. But Concordia looking to get into the end zone and perhaps even this score. They'd need a 2-point conversion to do that. Pressure. Corbett in all kinds of trouble, and he will go down. Did the ball come out? Looked like Corbett got it back, and that is Kemar Nelson. Cooper Richardson got in there as well. We'll go into the Southside game. Was when Cooper Richardson had come up with a sack in back-to-back games. This is 4th down and 26. And Concordia is keeping the offense on the field. They got to go a long way to get this first down. Well, the Falcons may have converted on a 4th and 15 last night. This is a much more challenging endeavor. Corbett in all kinds of trouble and going down. There he is, Lanos Martin. 2nd sack this drive.
Another big loss of yards for the Cats, and it's a turnover on downs.
Concordia turns it over on downs, and Wayne will get the ball back, but they're coming off back-to-back fumbles. First was Josiah Stallings, who lost the toss, never really secured it. And then Victor Doty with the muffed punt. So right now, Sherwood Haydock, in all likelihood, telling his guys, make sure you protect the football. Both these teams are coached by state championship winning head coaches. Sherwood Haydock won a state championship in his days with Harding High School. Tim Manigal led these cadets to a state championship back in 2016. I believe that was the first state championship in Concordia history. That's a lateral, I believe. Ball goes out of bounds, but it looked like the ball went backwards. It was intended for Keontae Bryant. But right now, Wayne's ball handling has not been all that good. They are going to mark it back at the 36-yard line. That's a loss of a yard. They mark it back to the spot where the ball went out of bounds. Handoff goes to Stallings. He picks his way forward to about the 40, and that actually might have been Nelson who got the carry. We'll see. It is Stallings. I beg your pardon. Got back the yardage lost and then some, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 5. Stallings, right side. Not going to get there. They stop him at the 45-yard line. Well, if Wayne was to go for it here and they don't get it, it'd be giving Concordia excellent field position. It is 4th and 2, and it looks as though Wayne is going to go for this. This is an interesting call. It's certainly makeable. Perhaps do they go with the hard count? Nope, they will run a play, and it's Nelson who picks it up and then some. Nelson takes it down to the 45. Well, how many times have we seen Kemar Nelson called upon in short yardage situations? He comes through once again. Kemar leads the Generals in rushing. He's got 320 total yards on the season. He averages 64 yards per game, 5.7 per carry. Also plays linebacker. Of course, you'll see him rushing off the edge at times. Boy, Mack able to sidestep the pressure. Looks to throw, now takes off, and he takes on some contact at the 30-yard line. Avery Cook was the one who made the tackle. See if those guys see each other again on the basketball court. I imagine Avery Cook will be there this coming winter. It's a senior guard who, as a freshman and sophomore, would often be found defending some of the better players in the area. Mack out of the gun. It's Nelson who gets the call, shakes a tackle. Nelson off the right side, almost ran over his own blocker, Sharon. He gets down to the 20-yard line. It is a 1st down. Well, you think back to the South Bend Riley game when Wayne was down 7-0. They got the running game going, and that made a huge difference for them. They were able to put some good drives together and take a 14-7 lead at halftime. Unfortunately, the game stopped at halftime because of severe weather. Heavy formation for the Generals here. Nelson is the deep back. It's a jet sweep. Jacob Sharon gets the toss. Can he get the edge? Concordia's got it set. It is a positive gain, but Concordia is able to keep that from being a big play. Looked like Cook was there on that tackle, along with Zane Boltemeyer. Got about 6 on the carry, as it turns out. Sharon had to be a patient runner on that play. 8:12 to go in the second quarter.
What about it?
Had a fan bring a missing iPhone. Either she's bringing a missing iPhone or looking for a missing iPhone here at the press box. You know, that does happen occasionally. We got a timeout on the field. Timeout called by the Generals.
And Max Soar from Central Lutheran. And Georgia McLean from ESM. Come get your prize.
Well, here's the last Kemar Nelson carry that we'll show you on our replay. It's brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Nas Martin helping to lead the way for him. Ripke almost got him. Nelson's able to break the tackle, but right there he almost runs over Jacob Sharon. He's falling down trying to block for him. 8:03 to go out of the timeout. Wayne had turned the ball over on a muffed punt and a fumble by Josiah Stallings on their last 2 possessions, if you will. All pressure immediately, and they get to Mack. Riley Ripke bursts through the line.
Number 11, Riley Ripke with the quarterback sack. Loss of yards for the Generals.
This Concordia team has a number of talented pass rushers. Ripke's one of them.
3rd and 10.
That goes officially as his second sack of the year. Goes his 3rd tackle for loss on the year. Snap to Mack. Rolls to his right. Throw back to the end zone. Caught on the back line. Touchdown. Jacob Sharon.
For the Generals, pass received by number 10, Jacob Sharon.
Got the ball on a jet sweep and got 6 yards out of it earlier, and this time Mack finds him in the end zone. Wayne's going to go for 2 again, 7:12 on the clock. 20-6 on the scoreboard in Wayne's favor. They missed their first 2-point attempts, but got their second. Wayne came awful close against Carroll last week. Bunch formation to the far side of the field. And for a second there, I thought Stallings might take the snap in a wildcat formation, but it is Mack who takes the snap, rolls to his right, pressured, gets rid of it, and it's caught. He found Sharon again.
Conversion is good. Pass received by number 10, Jacob Sharon.
Jacob Sharon, who caught the touchdown pass, makes the catch for the 2-point conversion. And this one was long developing. Here's the touchdown. Our replays, of course, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Mack rolled to his right, and Sharon on a post route had just enough room on that back line to make the catch and give Wayne a 20-6 lead at the time. And then the 2-point attempt. This one a little longer developing. They had Sharon, the widest man, out to the far side, and he kind of had to backpedal behind the coverage to get himself free to make that catch. Jacob Sharon comes into this game averaging 35 receiving yards per game. And by the looks of things, he had not had a touchdown until this game started. 22 unanswered points by the Generals, and they lead at 22-6. Harold Mack to kick it off. Wayne doesn't really have a field goal or PAT kicker, but Mack handles the kickoffs for him. You do see him on defense as well as he sends that one toward the sidelines. That one looks like it's headed out of bounds. Instead, it's recovered inbounds. And Trent nearly spun away from tacklers as he picked up the football, but Concordia's going to start deep in their own territory, back at their own 14-yard line, down 22-6 here in the second quarter.
We're looking for Haley. Red cowboy hat, orange shirt. Nyan Magnuson, who is homeschooled. Corbin Snyder from suburban Bethlehem. And Keaton Crowder from Manuel St. Michael. Come see Haley for your prize.
Handoff, Sawyer dropped in the backfield, and that's Kemar Nelson with the TFL. Victor Sawyer does average over 3 yards per carry. He's a junior running back guy who started for Concordia as a sophomore. But so far today, it's been a struggle to get the running game going consistently for Concordia. Not too long ago, the Cadets had an elite rusher, Amir Drew. Put together 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. He was part of 2 straight Concordia sectional titles. As Corbett looks to throw, he's in trouble, and he goes down. Kemar Nelson and Jaden Bushy combined for the sack. Corbett had played in 3 games this year up until tonight. It had been Jack Andrews who had been the starting quarterback for most of the season. Concordia did not win a single game last year. They've won 2 games this year, but still looking for their first conference win as Corbett throws from his own end zone. He had a man. It's incomplete. Was looking for Jalen Campos. And it's going to be 4th down for Concordia. They'll have to punt it away. And Wayne stands to get excellent field position out of this. 5:24 left to go. Northside leads Southside 6-0 at halftime in the battle for the totem pole. I believe that's at Chambers Field, if I'm not mistaken. Not too far from here. Returnable punt, but it's muffed. It is picked up.
The Generals will start this drive on the Cadet 30-yard line.
That was Kevon Morris who picks up the fumble and takes down to the 30.
We're looking for Stella Brockman.
Should say he picked up his own fumble.
Gregory Fluger from Concordia Grade School, and also Annalisa Emel from Emmanuel St. Michael. Come see Haley.
Wayne starts from Concordia's 30-yard line. They've scored 22 unanswered points. Concordia scored on their first possession, but has not been able to find the end zone since. This Wayne pass rush has been extremely effective. High snap. Mack gets it, rolls to his right, fires downfield, one-on-one, incomplete. He was looking for Keontae Bryant in one-on-one coverage. Couldn't tell who that was that had the coverage for Concordia. That may have been Cook or perhaps Zane Boltemeyer who was back there defensively. But it's 2nd down and 10. Well, Wayne's been able to establish the run game. That's when they've been most effective tonight. We last heard Leo had a 13-0 lead over Huntington North. They're in Northeast 8 conference play. Oh, East Noble all over Columbia City. Jaron Matheny updating us that that's a 28-0 lead for the Knights. It's a keeper by Mack. He shakes one tackle, shakes another. Still on his feet. Shifty run, Harold Mack, and he might have the first down. Indeed he does. That's just another aspect that Mack brings to the table. Now, Trey Dillard is a good runner in his own right. He had been the starting quarterback up until the week of the Southside game in week 5, just 2 weeks ago. But now Harold Mack getting his chance to start at quarterback, and he's got plenty of running ability in his own right. Josiah Stallings will line up next to him in the backfield. Stallings averages 42.4 yards per game on the ground. He gets the carry here, a little second surge, and he's able to continue surging up to about the 16-yard line, gain of about 4.
A gain of about 4 yards from the Generals brings up 2nd down and 6.
Mack rolls to his left. In trouble. Now the Concordia defense starting to get some pressure. Mack changes direction, somehow got away. He's able to not only get positive yardage, but get the first down and then score. Or did he? Looked like he got in. Looked like he was able to stay in bounds. Apparently he did not get in.
Your attendance has been requested at the alumni tent during halftime. Again, during halftime.
Let's see if we can't get a look at this. This was a long developing play. We have to look at it after this next play because the Generals are already lining up. Boy, and skimming through the replay, it looks to me like Mack was in. Oh, yep, they did give him the touchdown. So now Wayne's lining up for the 2-point conversion attempt. Mack to his right has a man wide open, and it is caught.
That 2-point conversion is good.
Tyree Eldridge.
To number 28.
I said 28. It looked like 25. That would be Eldridge. Well, meanwhile, let's take another look at this touchdown. The replays are brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Harold Mack had to do all kinds of improvisation here. And just when it looked like Concordia's defense was going to respond to Wayne and get a sack of their own, Harold Mack escapes. Does a little Houdiniac and sidesteps his way into the end zone to get Wayne up 30-6. It's a 24-point lead, 3:25 to go. Wayne gets the ball to start the second half. Wayne looking to spoil homecoming for the Concordia Cadets. Now, right now it's Concordia who is feeling hell's bells after they started this game scoring on their first drive of the game. This Wayne defense has stiffened up since then, and the offense responded as well. The running game has been strong. Harold Mack's hit some big passes, and we've seen the running ability of Mack on display as well. And the same guy that just scored the touchdown, Harold Mack, is going to be the one who kicks it off. It's a low-line driver fielded at the 20-yard line. Good field position, it looks like, for Concordia, and they get it to the 36. On the return there for the Cadets is number 30, Eli Trent. He's the brother of Noah Trent. Noah's a senior, Eli a sophomore. I know Noah played basketball for Concordia last year as well. Interesting to see if he comes back again this year, and maybe even if Eli follows in his footsteps. Again, Concordia's head basketball coach Phil Brockman is here in the press box. He's running the scoreboard right now. Pistol formation as Corbett tosses that one to Sawyer. Concordia trying to get this run game going, and Kemar Nelson may not get credit for a tackle there, but he's the one that forced Sawyer out of bounds. Second and 11 after the negative play. High snap. Corbett has to fall on it. Was it picked up by Wayne? It was. Kemar Nelson with the recovery for Wayne. Well, Wayne had been bitten by the turnover bug earlier in this game. This time Concordia's bitten by that bug. Here's another look at the replay. Just a high snap, and Nelson kind of snatched it with his right arm at the end of it as he fell on the football. If you're Braden Corbett, that's a situation where you just got to fall on the football, and I think that's what he was going for, but Nelson beat him to it when all was said and done. 3:08 to go in this first half. Pistol formation for the Generals. It's Stallings off the right side. He's got some room, and he takes it down inside the 15. Looks like a 6-yard gain on the play. Mack hands this one off to Stallings. Stallings looking for room. There's not much there, but he's close to the first down, it looks like. Jacob Levitt made the tackle from behind. Looks like he's a yard short of the line to gain.
First down or just shy of the first down.
Yep, it's going to be 3rd and 1.
It is 3rd and short.
Josiah Stallings averaging just under 3 yards per carry. But in the Week 2 game against South Bend Riley, he was the primary back that helped get Wayne back in the ball game. It was him and Nelson. Stallings up the middle, and it looks like he's got it. Generals move the chains.
First down for the Generals is 1st and goal.
Going to mark the ball at the 9-yard line.
On the 9-yard line.
Clock resets as they reset the chains, or restarts as they reset the chains, down to 1:45 on the clock for the first half. Stallings gets the call again off the right side, bouncing off tacklers, and he's taken out of bounds inside the 5. Got about 5, maybe 6 on the play. And I think that was Carson Dale who made the tackle. Excuse me, Bryce Folsom, number 65, looked like the one who made the tackle. Carson Dale is number 74. Clock does stop on the out-of-bounds play. Handoff goes to Stallings, picks his way forward. He's in. Touchdown.
Touchdown for the Generals in the hands of number 3, Josiah Stallings.
Josiah Stallings takes it in for the Generals. They lead at 36-6 over the Cadets. And they're going to go for 2 again here in just a second. Stallings in the backfield here on this 2-point attempt. Mack rolls, pressured, looks to throw, floats it to the corner, incomplete. Well, it remains a 30-point game. Now Concordia, again, they scored on their first possession of this game. But they have not been able to score since, and the Generals have scored 36 unanswered points. We'll be right back after this break. You're watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Hey, Cam Smith here with PSM Football. I'm here to tell you about an exciting new 5v5 co-ed youth flag league. This will be an 8-week league on Saturday, starting in November, right here at Empowered Sports Club, with an evaluation day on October 26th that will help us determine teams. This will be a competitive flag league for ages 6U through 14U that will also focus on skill development. Registration is now open at psmfootball.com, and be sure to follow PSM Football on social media to find your early bird discount code.
Sorry about that, folks. Had a little matter of business to take care of. Right now it's 2nd down and 1 for Concordia. Right now they're trying to get in position at least to kick a field goal. It's a 30-point lead for Wayne, so if Wayne was to add to their lead as it stands now at the beginning of the second half with a touchdown, they go up 36 points or perhaps 38 points if they get the 2-point conversion. Then we go to a running clock. Concordia with a field goal can get this to a 27-point game, which would make it harder for Wayne to get it to a running clock, at least early in the second half. A completion there for a first down. Looked like Nelson was there on the tackle. Also in on the tackle was Quintavion Hamilton, but Concordia gets the first down. I don't believe Concordia has used any of their timeouts yet. Back to throw is Corbett. He fires downfield, and that one is caught. Jalen Campos. The Northrop transfer, and Concordia calls timeout with 37 seconds left. And where they are right now, they're at the 28-yard line and in field goal range. Wayne does get the ball to start the second half. So if Concordia is able to come away with points here, it would mean that Wayne would have to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion at the beginning of the third quarter. To get it to a 35-point game. Right now, Concordia, at the very least, trying to come away with points. They have not scored since their first drive of the game, but this last play is worth another look as the teams are breaking huddle. Yeah, Corbett got able to sidestep the pressure there, and Campos got open right down the middle of the field. And Concordia's got a first down inside the 30. Do still have time to get a touchdown here. Concordia's got 2 timeouts left. Corbett to throw. Pressured again. He escapes for the moment. He's going to take off. Can he get to the sideline? He can. Well done by Braden Corbett. Gets out of bounds at about the 14. And Concordia is now able to save their timeouts even further. Always risky when a quarterback takes off to run late in the clock. Of course, you do have 2 timeouts at your disposal, but that was a heads-up play by Corbett getting out of bounds so he can save those timeouts. But they break huddle with 6 on the play clock. Can they get the snap off? They do. Pressure again, and Corbett goes down this time. And there's that man, Lanas Martin. Concordia is forced to use a timeout, but for Lanas, that is his 3rd sack of the ball game. And it looks like Concordia has used their second timeout. They've got 1 left. Well, I was talking about earlier how Concordia just needed to come away with points on this drive. What they really needed, that is what they really need to do, but for a moment there it looked like they'd have a chance to come away with a touchdown. That's still not out of the question here. It's 2nd down. But if Concordia is able to come away with a touchdown, they'll probably need to work the sideline on the next play or 2 so they can save that last timeout. Well, Lanas was pretty much unblocked on this play. I got a hand on him, but that's not quite enough. Lanas, 6'2", 224 pounds. Able to burst through that line, and just getting a hand on him is hardly enough. Snap to Corbett, pressure, he floats it, he's got a man, it's caught, it's a touchdown! Jalen Campos. And Concordia makes it 36-12. Big-time TD by the Cadets. Now the Generals have gone for 2 after all of their touchdowns, Concordia is just going to go for the old school PAT here. They missed the last one back on the first drive of the game. They get the snap down, and this time it's no good. 36-12 in favor of Concordia, and you would think that Wayne would just take an E, but what a big drive by Concordia. It was looking like Wayne was going to have a chance to make this a running clock coming out of the halftime break, but Concordia able to put the brakes on that. They've been down by as many as 30, but that was a great route run by Jalen Campos. Little fade route down the sideline, and he is able to get open in space, and Concordia makes it 36-12. Still a long way to go, but can the defense come up with some stops early on in the second half? It is homecoming. Wayne trying to spoil the homecoming party for Concordia. They had scored 36 unanswered points.
The Generals 36, 21 seconds remaining in this half, and a reminder that we will be introducing our homecoming court and crowning our 20.
Close game over at Leo. The Lions lead Huntington North 13-7. East Noble, when we last heard, was all over Columbia City. Boy, the Eagles had that great running game with Landon Fazio and Trace Parrish. Grayson Bradbury has proven himself to be a solid quarterback, even though he's running a flex bone offense. But East Noble, when we last heard, up 28-0 in that one. Bit of a surprise, not that East Noble's leading, but that they're leading by that much. Pick up there by Adrian Wooten as he nearly fumbled the ball, and now Wooten gets it down the sideline. Wooten back to the inside. Are you kidding me? Wooten is gone. Right before the end of the half. Adrian Wooten to the house.
Is number 2, Adrian Wooten, and it's a touchdown for the Generals. But there is a flag.
And while we did hear there's a flag on the play, clock currently shows 3 seconds. Will the touchdown stand? Just recently heard about the flag, and by the sound of things, it's probably going to be unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of the play. It's a personal foul against Wayne. So I'm pretty sure that means the touchdown's not going to count. Had it been unsportsmanlike conduct after the play, it would have counted. Was the spot of the foul inside the 5? Ball's being moved all the way back to the 18-yard line. And the initial signal was personal foul. Did it occur after the play was over? Scoreboard still shows 42-12. And the sticks aren't out, so it looks like Wayne's going to run a 2-point play here. Mack takes the snap, flushed out, looks to throw, throws on the run, has a man back there, and it is caught by Stallings. Ball looked like it came out at the end. Question is, did Stallings have possession first. Let's take a look at this. The call was that it was good. He's got it there. Oh, no, that is a drop. That is incomplete. Stallings never had it. The officials are discussing. Let's see if the ref gives us a signal here soon. Still trying to figure out why that personal foul didn't negate the touchdown. Would have had to have occurred after the play was over. Scoreboard still shows 42-12. Been given no signal as they're going to say it was good. I initially thought it was a catch, but on the replay, clearly it was not. Well, here's another look at the kick return touchdown by Wooten. We may have to cut this one soon as Wayne is sending the kicking team out onto the field. Picked up at about the 16-yard line, so this will officially be called an 84-yard return. Where does the foul occur? It was on Wayne. Well, there's the touchdown. Unfortunately, we don't see where the foul occurs there if it's after the play. But it's going to be Wayne kicking off with 3 seconds on the clock. Mack runs up. Little squib kick. Was Wayne offside? They call it a legal procedure against Wayne. But either way, they're going to be backed up and kick it again. So Wayne's going to have to kick this off from their own 35-yard line. Still 3 seconds on the clock. So low line drive kick. It's muffed but picked up. That's Noah Trent on the return, and he is pushed back by Quentin Thomas. Well, clock started late, but now it's at 0, and that is the end of the first half. Wayne leads at 44-12. They'll get the ball to start the second half, and in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and read off some of our sponsors. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Labor's District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana, we are LIUNA. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu for more information. Apologize for the delay here. Got a little buffering on my end. There we go. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you are facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is your answer.
And to crown our 2024
Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit.
Rebecca is escorted by her parents, Albert and Kristen Morrison.
Well, it is halftime here at Concordia. Wayne leads at 44-12. They will get the ball first to start the second half. You're watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
In soccer since I was 5 years old. Started with Upward and then started with the Leo middle school teams and then started playing high school and decided that soccer was my sport. I further wanted to play travel and I decided to play with sport club. College soccer has been a dream for me since freshman and sophomore year of high school. I went to the Manchester University ID camp and I really liked it. Their team is very young. They have a lot to look forward to. They're big on family and that's what I really like. The last couple months have been very critical, battling through both my surgery and my other injury. I've worked with Mike at Parkview Athletic Rehab to strengthen my knee. The EDGE program makes me better as a soccer player because soccer comes with strength and with the agility, change of direction. I've become a faster runner. Tiffany has helped me become a better person in general. She's helped me throughout my injuries and she's one of my #1 supporters. PSM has been very beneficial with making sure I'm still healthy and becoming more healthy and that made me drive to be better at soccer. I'm very happy from where I came.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I'm Emerson Weaver from Leo High School and Empowered Volleyball Academy. I first picked up a volleyball, I was probably like 8. I started playing club because my best friend did it, especially going into my late middle school years. I started training hard and now I'm playing high school and I love it, and I'm playing beach and I love it, and it's amazing because I get the best of both worlds. For the past 2 years, I really focused on beach, and that's really where I kind of want to go with my future. At Empowered, we've done specific sports performance training with PSM, and it's really just helped us grow as athletes. I notice it, I'm jumping higher, I'm running faster. It's just really helped me overall. It's insane how much of a better athlete I've become, being able to lift and do all those different movements, and I can really just notice it as a club. It's truly helping us all the way around as volleyball players. It's just been super beneficial.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching.
The middle, I was like, I don't see a camera up there.
In soccer since I was 5 years old. Started with Upward and then started with the Leo middle school teams and then started playing high school and decided that soccer was my sport. I further wanted to play travel and I decided to play with sport club. College soccer has been a dream for me since freshman and sophomore year of high school. I went to the Manchester University ID camp and I really liked it. Their team is very young. They have a lot to look forward to. They're big on family and that's what I really like. The last couple months have been very critical, battling through both my surgery and my other injury. I've worked with Mike at Parkview Athletic Rehab to strengthen my knee. The EDGE program makes me better as a soccer player because soccer comes with strength and with the agility, change of direction. I've become a faster runner. Tiffany has helped me become a better person in general. She's helped me throughout my injuries and she's one of my #1 supporters. PSM has been very beneficial with making sure I'm still healthy and becoming more healthy, and that made me drive to be better at soccer. I'm very happy from where I came.
Is most influenced by his brother Lucas because he pushes him to be his best.
Do apologize, folks, for some
Ladies and gentlemen,
what might have been some technical difficulties there on the ads there. But we are back here. The homecoming court is being announced. Concordia had a 6-0 lead at the start of this game, scored on their first drive of the game, with Braden Corbett finding Mike Henley Jr. But Wayne proceeded to score 36 straight points, and then Concordia scored right before halftime. As it sounds like we might be getting the announcement of the homecoming king and queen here in just a second. The homecoming court has been announced.
Now it is time to reveal the 2024 homecoming king and
Well, the announcer is going to pause here for a second.
your 2024 homecoming queen is Cameron McConkey. Your 2024 homecoming king is Jalen Campbell.
Well, Jalen Campos named the homecoming king. Well, we've got a play to show you from Campos from late in the second quarter, rather.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give another big round of applause for our homecoming court for the 2024 homecoming at Concordia Lutheran High School.
We've got two plays to show you, two replays to show you. This was toward the end of the first half. Braden Corbett, starting quarterback for this game, finds Jalen Campos there down the sideline, and Campos is able to take it in for 6 just before he's named homecoming king. I think he, at the very least, he knew that he was homecoming court coming into halftime. Announcement just made that he's homecoming king. Big touchdown there before the half. Got it down to 36-12. That's huge with Wayne getting the ball to start the second half, because if Wayne was to score on their first drive, with the way the score was at that point, the game would go into a running clock. But for the moment, it looked as though, after that Campos touchdown, that it would take a little longer for Wayne to get to a running clock. We're not there yet, but this was the play that followed the touchdown. Adrian Wooten with an 84-yard kickoff return touchdown. We'll call it 84 because he recovered the ball there at the 16-yard line. Boy, it looked like Concordia had him pursued to the sidelines, but one cut to the inside, and there was nobody past him once he got to the 50. 84-yard kickoff return touchdown, Adrian Wooten. There was a penalty called after that play, and, well, here's the play that right now is the controversial play of the game. This was on the two-point conversion. The play was called good, but watch this and see for yourselves. Does Stalling catch the ball? No, he does not. At least I'm going to argue he doesn't. Unless they called that a football move with possession before he started bobbling the football. You asked me, I thought he was bobbling the ball as soon as he turned.
In the bleak winter, it's autumn and spring from Vivaldi's 4 seasons.
Got about 11 and a half minutes to go until the second half gets underway. We do have some scores to update you on, and we'll update you on those scores when we come back. You're watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade and services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
Well, here at Zollner Stadium, it's 44-12 in favor of Wayne. Checking in on some scores around the area. Leo is leading Huntington North 20-7. That game's in the third quarter. New Haven, winless coming into tonight at 0-6. They're ahead of Belmont. 28-3 is the score currently over there. That game's in the third quarter. Boy, the Bulldogs would love to close out the regular season on a positive note, maybe get some momentum going into the season. Big lead for East Noble against Columbia City over in Kendallville. However, Columbia City did just get on the board. Jackson Johnson's extra point is good, and over there in Kendallville, it's East Noble leading Columbia City 35-7. And I don't think anybody's surprised that East Noble's leading in that game, but no doubt you got to be surprised that they're leading Columbia City by 28 points. 28 points. It's a Columbia City team that started the season 6-0. They've been running the ball down people's throats. Grayson Bradbury, he plays in a run-first offense, but he's been playing extremely well at the quarterback position. East Noble is all over Columbia City in that game. Well, last year it was in Week 6 when Columbia City's season fell apart. Trying to make sure that doesn't happen again this year. They got a big matchup with Leo coming up next week. Meanwhile, some other scores to check in on. Looks like a low-scoring game over at Chambers Field. 6-0 Northside. That game is now in the third quarter. Snyder's also taken on Northrop. That one's all Panthers. They're in the third quarter, 35-7. It's a rivalry that Northrop has owned in recent years, although Quentin Bowen, the head coach at Northrop, is a former Snyder assistant coach. Of course, we got our own Snyder grad, Hunter Sosenheimer, over there calling that game. And here at Concordia High School, Wayne leads Concordia 44-12. It is homecoming night here at Zollner Stadium as the Concordia band plays a medley of hymns. Right now they're playing a Christmas hymn called In the Bleak Midwinter. It's not a bleak midwinter yet, but boy, we are getting closer and closer to that time of year, aren't we? It's already fall and already October. They'll be celebrating Halloween and going trick-or-treating in just a few weeks from now. 44-12, Wayne on top of Concordia. We're back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
It was basically the sport for me, and I knew that. I grew up on a golf course. A lot of my family's played golf, and then there's been a lot of college golfers I played with, and I've always wanted to be like them. College golf's always been a goal, and I'm excited that I'm going to get that chance. I ended up choosing Franklin. I really like it there. Really young program. Great school as well. I just enjoyed it there, and definitely excited for the 4 years. I started Edge 2 years ago, and that's where I've noticed my biggest improvements. It's coming in here, getting speed, agility, as well as rotation and everything. It all translates to the golf game. Becoming stronger, gaining some club speed, be able to hit it farther. You have to put in the work. Also, the mental game's a big thing, and Tiffany and I work on that a ton, and I think she's probably one of the biggest reasons why I am where I am. That's a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff that you really don't think about that really translates to the golf game.
Countdown 3, 2, 1.
Well, here at Zollner Stadium, it's Wayne leading 44-12 over Concordia. We do have another score to update you on. Homestead and Carroll are tied in the third quarter. Homestead's got the football. They're going to be faced with a third down here, it looks like. Yep, 3rd down and 4 on their own side of the field. Well, the biggest difference in this game so far has been the pass rush for the Wayne Generals. They have really gotten after Braden Corbett today. Corbett making, I believe, his first start of the season. And Wayne has gotten after him. Several guys have gotten in the backfield. Kemar Nelson has made an impact. Lanas Martin has 3 sacks in the ballgame. 3 sacks. It's a guy coming into this game who had 4.5 sacks on the season. Give him 7.5 for the year now, and I think Kemar actually has 2 sacks as well. Javante Eldridge has affected the passing game on the Wayne side. Jaden Bushy has affected things for Braden Corbett. It's just been a number of guys for this Wayne pass rush who have made an impact. There's about 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in halftime. It is homecoming here at Concordia, so it's a 20-minute halftime plus. When the clock runs out, the players will get another 3 minutes to warm up when they come back out on the field. Back in a moment, you're watching high school football here on SummitCitySports.com.
My name's Cam Smith. I'm the Director of Football Operations for PSM Football. PSM Football is going to change the landscape of Fort Wayne football. There's a huge need for folks that want to get their sons and daughters involved in some personalized instruction, specifically in football at all positions. For the first time ever, we're bringing to the region a wide variety of different programming outside of the normal instruction. We're going to bring the 7-on-7 teams. We're also going to bring adult programming, flag leagues. We're going to bring indoor leagues, outdoor leagues. We're going to do a lot of different camps and clinics for all different ages, but also for coaches. We also take a more of a holistic approach when it comes to developing the whole person. We want to be sure that we're doing exactly what the parents want, exactly what the athletes want, and exactly what the coaches think that the athlete needs to work on. Parents can sign their kids up right now for personalized training at all positions in football, so we're excited about that, and we look forward to have everybody come out and take advantage of what we're offering with PSM football.
Well, here at Zollner Stadium, it's 44-12 in favor of Wayne over Concordia. Do have an update from one of the scores we just told you about. Leo has added to their lead against Huntington North. It's now 27-7. Lions just kicked the PAT to make it officially 27-7. We got a few more sponsors that we have left to hear from before we get started for the second half. It'll be a couple more minutes before the second half does get underway. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process, from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com to learn more. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. Well, as is usually the case, Wayne's running game has been a strength, and it's been Josiah Stallings, Kemar Nelson, Harold Mack, and his dual-threat ability getting it done for the Generals on the ground. Mack has also completed a couple of really nice passes. In fact, we got a touchdown from the Generals from earlier in this ball game that is worth showing you. This is one of Mack's rushing touchdowns, and this was improvisation if there ever was such a thing. Concordia's defense, they get good pressure on him. It looks like they've got Mack dead to rights, but Mack escapes. He not only got positive yardage, he got a first down, he got a touchdown out of it. And, they did call, they called unsportsmanlike on the Wooten touchdown, I beg your pardon. But that was one of the most impressive plays we've seen tonight. Now, this one was also impressive. We'll show it to you on our replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. It's just a throwback post to Jacob Sharon on the end line, and Sharon able to pull it in, running out of space, but he makes the catch. Trying to check in on some scores here. Looks like East Noble Starting to go backwards now. That game's in the fourth quarter, though. I think it was 35-0 in the third quarter over there, so that second half would have started with a running clock. But Columbia City actually has the ball, and they've got a chance to score. Not sure how much time is left in that game, though. But they have started the extra 3 minutes of warm-up time for both the Generals and the Cadets, so this game will be restarting for the second half in just a matter of moments. Meanwhile, Columbia City has scored. Gavin Smith with a rushing touchdown. And as Billy Joel plays us out to this next break, we will be back in just a moment.
3, 2, 1.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet?
Well, we are just about to come back for the start of the second half. Wayne versus Concordia here at Zollner Stadium. It will be Wayne who gets the ball to start the second half. Now, if Wayne gets a touchdown or a field goal on this drive, they would go up 35, and the game would go into a running clock. However, as I mentioned, field goals, Wayne doesn't really have a field goal kicker these days. Harold Mack handles the kickoffs, but they haven't let him kick a field goal yet. Mack is also the quarterback as well as a defensive back. Riley Ripke does the kicking for Concordia, and he sets it up on the tee. Jalen Campos was named the homecoming king at halftime for Concordia. But right now, Concordia just trying to get a stop on defense. We're not in a running clock yet. Concordia trying to give themselves a chance to come back. A little squib kick. It is recovered by Carmani Addison back at the 36-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10 for Wayne. Well, again, East Noble is up 35-14. Columbia City scored 14 unanswered points in a running clock situation against East Noble. Wayne trying to bounce back after last week's close loss at the hands of the Carroll Chargers. 17-16 was the final score in that one. For Harold Mack, I believe this is his 3rd start at quarterback. Trey Dillard had been the starter at the beginning of the year, and now Mack is the guy at QB. Stallings the guy in the backfield right next to him. He'll get the call, runs away from the pressure from Ripke, and he gets a positive gain out of this out to the 41.
Gain of about 5 5 or 6 yards on that carry.
Wayne likely would be plenty content with chewing up some clock here. The big lead they have, they don't mind running the football. Running the football is their bread and butter. Stallings averaging just under 3 yards a carry coming into the day. He is a reliable back, has some power. Mack in trouble, gets it away. He's got his completion. Tyree Eldridge makes the catch. He got a yard out of it. Mack just able to avoid the sack.
No gain. It is 3rd and 5.
This will be 3rd and 5 after the short completion, very short completion. They actually called it no gain. Well, now Kemar Nelson's back in there. Nelson converted on a 4th and 2. That was in Wayne territory. You wonder if he might be called upon here on 3rd and 5, or does Sherwood Haydock allow Harold Mack to throw the football here? It is Nelson off the right side, trying to pound his way ahead. He'll come up short of the line to gain. Well, it's a decision time here for Wayne. He'll have to punt it away or go for it. They went for it on 4th and 2 earlier, and it looks like Wayne, without any hesitation, is going for it on 4th and 1. At their own 45-yard line. So if Concordia gets the stop here on this 4th down play, they'll have good field position. Heavy formation, kind of similar to a wishbone formation, but now Richardson motions over. I think that's Martin who got the carry. A little push. He got the first down, it looked like, still fighting, and he's out to the 49. Lanas Martin made such an impact on defense for the Generals, able to move the chains on 4th and 1. There's another look at it on our replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Martin lined up as one of the up men there. It's the short handoff and fights ahead. Pyle never really stopped pushing until Martin got to the 49-yard line. Well, Northrop has scored against Snyder. It's now 35-14 over there. Here's Stallings looking for a hole. Couldn't break free. Riley Ripke was one of the men who got the tackle, and I think that's Zach Spielman who helped him out, but he's hobbling a little bit. Check that. That's not Spielman. I think that's Ethan Rich, number 12. Off the left side, it's Stallings again. Shakes one tackle, cuts inside, and Stallings gets a first down. Shifty run by Josiah Stallings. Well, the Generals have the first down, but a flag down. Looks like it's holding against Wayne, so this one's going to come back. Well, in holding, they mark it off from the spot of the foul and bring the ball back to the 44-yard line in Wayne territory. It's going to be 2nd and 15.
It is 2nd down and 15 for the Generals.
Stallings remains the back. Harold Mack has shown off some good arm strength the last few weeks of the season. A big completion to Jacob Sharon 2 weeks ago. He fires down the middle, complete. And speaking of Jacob Sharon, there he is again. Looks to be a yard short of the first down, but he gets him a lot closer. 3rd and 1 coming up for Wayne. Stallings remains the back on this short yardage situation. High snap. Mack going to fall on it. He's dropped for a loss on the play. Jacob Levitt will get credit for the tackle. It's going to be 4th and long. Well, I wouldn't imagine Wayne would go for it here. They're going to bring out the punt team. That is a big stop for Concordia. Right now the clock is still running, but we have not officially gone into the running clock situation just yet. So Concordia still with a chance to come back, but a long way to go to do so, down 32. Technically it's a 4-possession game. The Cadets could get 4 touchdowns and 4 2-point conversions. That's a tall order, though, for anybody. Play clock at 5. Down to 2. They get it off. That is a high spiraling kick. It takes a Wayne bounce. And Noah Trent, or make that Avery Cook, lets it bounce inside the 10. Well, now Concordia is going to start from their own 6-yard line. Sorry about that. We had a lost item brought up to the press box just a second ago. Lost camera battery, I believe, as Corbett looks to throw to the far side, and that is complete. Broken tackle and a first down for Concordia. That's the man who scored Concordia's first touchdown, Mike Henley Jr.
84, Mike Henley Jr., and that's a first down for the Cadets. Attention fans, if you have lost what looks like a battery camera.
And indeed, that does remain Braden Corbett, number 17. He's been the quarterback all throughout the game. As I recall, he did come in late in the game against Snyder back in week 3. It was a 41-7 win for the Panthers. As Corbett looks to throw, he's got a man down the middle. It's complete. Noah Trent hauls it in.
That's another first down for the Cadets.
Noah Trent listed as number 1. He's wearing number 3 tonight. His younger brother Eli Trent is a defensive back for Concordia, as the Cadets have 2 men to either side of the field. Corbett floats it to the sideline. Man's out there. Incomplete. Avery Cook went up for it but couldn't bring it down. The coverage was by Adrian Wooten. Avery Cook was a leading receiver for Concordia last year. He had big shoes to fill with a Johnny Washington, the leading receiver from a year ago, transferring to New Haven. Johnny has since graduated. Back to throw is Corbett, and the pass is caught. It'll be a solid gain there on second down. Jalen Campos, named homecoming king at halftime, hauls in the reception. It's a 7-yard gain, 3rd and 3 for Concordia.
6-yard gain, and it is 3rd and 4.
Another lost item gets returned to the press box. That's, I think that's at least 3 or 4 lost items that have been brought to the press box. Now the question here is who moved first. Jaden Bushy came across. Did he come across on his own accord or was he drawn off? It is offsides. And Concordia will move the chains on the penalty. Well, Concordia's defense gets the stop to start this third quarter. And they've got a good drive going here as we reset our timeouts. Wayne shows blitz. They come with it. Corbett sidesteps the pressure but throws incomplete.
Pass attempt
Bravion Query and Cooper Richardson coming with pressure for the Generals. Not too long ago, Cooper Richardson had back-to-back games where he came up with a sack. I believe he's got 2 sacks on the season. Bravion Query, one of the experienced linebackers for this Wayne team. 2nd down and 10. Blitz. Corbett. Flushed out. Going to take off and run, and he slides with a gain of a yard. Kemar Nelson coming in towards him. He'll get credit for the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 9 on the play. Got some score updates. Dwenger leads Lures. Looks like it's either 6-0 or 8-0 over there. They're showing that on the Jumbotron here at Zollner. Carroll and Homestead still tied at 10. Pressure again. Corbett stands against it. 1-on-1, too strong. Darion Evans with the coverage down the sideline. Boy, Evans, a really good cover corner. I believe he had an interception against Southside just 2 weeks ago. And he did an excellent job. I think he was running with Cook down the far side of the field. Both these teams have won state championships in high school football. Concordia got their championship back in 2016. Tim Manigal still the head coach at the time. Wayne won their championship in 1995 under Mark Newland. This is 4th and 9. Corbett stands in, and it's incomplete. Wooten closing in, and the Generals take over on downs. And with that, we will take a quick break. Back in just a moment here on SummitCitySports.com.
Hey, Cam Smith here with PSM Football. I'm here to tell you about an exciting new 5v5 co-ed youth flag league. This will be an 8-week league on Saturday, starting in November, right here at Empowered Sports Club, with an evaluation day on October 26th that will help us determine teams. This will be a competitive flag league for ages 6U through 14U that will also focus on skill development. Registration is now open at psmfootball.com, and be sure to follow PSM Football on social media to find your early bird discount code.
Well, the Generals take over up 44-12 right at the 50-yard line. Got a 4th down stop on Concordia's last drive as Stallings looks for room off the right side. He's held to a gain of about 3 there.
A gain of 3 yards for the Generals. It is 2nd down and 7.
That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, Wayne, you would think, will continue to run the ball. We're not in a running clock situation just yet. But right now, Wayne, the game plan is likely to move the chains, milk the clock, and get the ball into the end zone. Got a solid running game. They're certainly capable of milking the clock. Josiah Stallings has been the primary back, although Kemar Nelson's had some huge runs for Wayne over the course of this game. Mack keeps it, wants to shovel it, still in trouble. And he's not going to get away. He's able to get back to the line of scrimmage and got half a yard out of that, which is amazing in and of itself. He was pursued by an entire cadet battalion. Third and 6 coming up for Wayne. Tyree Eldridge lines up wide to the left. Mack has looked to him a number of times today. Eldridge, also a pretty good basketball player. Got some minutes late in games as a freshman last year. Tyree now a sophomore. His brother Javante, a freshman defensive end. As Mack looks to throw, gets it out quick, and it's incomplete. Too high for Sharon. And Campos was in coverage. Check that. That's Zane Boltemeyer who was in coverage. The senior defensive back, and this will be 4th and 6. 3:59 left to go in this game, and Wayne keeps the offense on the field. Mack back to throw. Fires downfield. Has Eldridge out there. He caught it. Flag down on the play. Eldridge made the catch. We'll see if the play stands. It looks like it's not going to stand. They're pointing them backwards. Oh, wait a second. Pass interference on Concordia. So the play will stand. And it looked to me as though Eldridge one-handed that thing. That's an incredible play by the sophomore receiver. Mack might still be trying to get the play from the sideline. Play clock's down to 7. Play action. Mack throws out in the flat, complete. And that's Lanas Martin who takes it down to the 3-yard line out of the fullback spot. Lanas has made such a big impact on the defensive end, he's even converted on 4th and 1 out of his fullback spot. Kemar Nelson is in as the running back. He'll line up to the left hip of Mack. Whistles blow. False start against Wayne.
False start has been called against the Generals. It is still a second and goal.
This will be second and goal from about the 8-yard line, maybe the 9. Stallings the back now here on second and goal. Eldridge lines up wide to the left. Mack throws the other direction looking for Sharon, and it's incomplete. Zane Boltemeyer had the coverage for Concordia. Well, even a field goal here makes it a 35-point lead, but Wayne doesn't really have a consistent field goal kicker. Now, Harold Mack has done place kicking on kickoffs and on punts. I should say he's punted on punting situations. So they could try to trot him out for a field goal if the Generals don't get a touchdown here. But I don't believe that's been tried. It hasn't been tried yet today. Here's Mack to throw. Get some pressure. Trying to get away. He will not. Zane Boltemeyer will get the sack. It's 4th and goal, so a decision to be made, but it looks like Wayne's keeping the offense on the field. A field goal from here would be 28 yards, but they don't really have a field goal kicker. And I wonder if Sherwood Haydock might let the play clock run down and then call a timeout before running his next play. It's down to 9 on the play clock right now. 1:44 on the game clock. Play clock at 3. They get it off. They will run a play. Mack looks to throw. Backpedaling. Sets up the screen. That's Stallings. Long way to run. Can he get there? No. Concordia stops him. And now Concordia will take over on downs. Another look at this play on our replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. I think that's Jacob Levitt who got the pressure off the far side. And that appeared to be Zach Spielman who got the hit at the back end of the play. I think that was either Will McClure or Adriel Milton who got the tackle at the end of it. McClure's a sophomore, Milton a freshman. Concordia starting deep in their own territory here. Corbett pumps, floats it, incomplete. He had to get rid of it, otherwise it It was looking to be a safety. He's looking for Noah Trent on the play. 1:23 left to go here in this third quarter. It's kind of an interesting way that the athletic fields are situated. The outdoor athletic complex here at Concordia is across the street from the main campus. Here at the complex, you've got Zollner Stadium. Next to Zollner is Masucci Field, where the baseball team plays. You got the softball field in close proximity. And you got the tennis courts behind the end zone. Out in the flat, the pass is caught. That's Cook. He gets out to the 10-yard line. Check that. That's Campos, Jalen Campos, with the reception. Well, they have gone final in Kendallville. East Noble beats Columbia City 35-14. Well, Columbia City put up a nice little rally toward the end, but it proved to be too little too late. And again, it's not a surprise that East Noble won that game. But what is surprising is the fact that they won 35-14 and even build up a 35-0 lead by halftime. Movement up front. Nelson jumped. And it's offsides. It was just a question of was he drawn off. Apparently he was not. So Concordia will move the chains because of the penalty.
Down for the Cadets, it is 1st and 10.
Shotgun formation for Corbett. Pressure, Corbett in trouble, and he goes down. Nelson and Bushy combine for the sack. And we've got a man down. Corbett is up. Is that Nelson who's down? Well, the trainers are going to come out and look at him. Mitchell Anderson is the trainer for Wayne, and that looked like Nelson who was down. Boy, Wayne does not want to lose him for any significant period of time. Back in a moment for this injury timeout on SummitCitySports.com.
Round 3, 2, 1.
Well, it's not Kemar Nelson who's down. It was Javante Eldridge, and he is walking largely under his own power. But Mitchell Anderson escorting him off the field for now. Doesn't look serious. Certainly hope that it doesn't prove to be. This is 2nd down and looks like 18 for Concordia. The first half, the Generals' defense was all over Braden Corbett. They just got their first sack of this second half. Corbett from the end zone. Out to the sideline. Incomplete. He was looking for Avery Cook. I believe I did see Jack Belschner on the sideline, not in pads, so if I'm not mistaken, he is not available for tonight. In case you've been wondering where Belschner is, Belschner, heck of a receiver. These Concordia receivers are real quality players. Belschner, a guy who can work the one-on-one matchups. And that was a matchup to watch out for, the Concordia receivers versus these Wayne defensive backs, whether it's Victor Doty, Darion Evans, Adrian Wooten, or Rashad King. Although Rashad King, if I'm not mistaken, is actually unavailable for tonight. Corbett fires downfield, and that's incomplete. He was looking for Mike Henley Jr. Henley had a touchdown catch on Concordia's first drive. It's going to be 4th and 18 after the incompletion. And it looks like Concordia is bringing out the punt team. Riley Ripke set to punt it away. Looks like Mack is one of the men deep for Wayne. And both returners are standing inside the Concordia 40. Ripke gets it away. High angled punt toward the sideline. It will take a Concordia bounce. And it goes across midfield. It'll be down to the 48-yard line. Kayvon Morris wise to let that one go, but Concordia able to get better field position than the way it looked. Wayne had their returners up inside the 40-yard line. Wayne will start this drive with 46 seconds to go at their own 48. You're probably looking at 2 more plays before the third quarter comes to an end. Concordia and Wayne will both be at the SAC Cross Country Championship tomorrow. That'll be at Northrop High School. I believe the boys start at 9 a.m. and the girls follow. Eldridge goes in motion. Here's Mack, back to throw. Firing deep down the field, one-on-one, and it is incomplete. Looking for Jacob Sharon.
Jacob Sharon is incomplete. Second and 10 for the Generals.
Well, Harold Mack looking for the home run ball. We do have a flag on the play meanwhile, and it looks like Wayne's going to be backed up.
There is a flag on the play.
Illegal shift, I believe, was the call, so it's a 5-yard penalty.
Illegal shift is a 5-yard penalty, knocking them back to
Make it first down and 15. Have been some improvements to the athletic facilities at Concordia in recent years. Of course, it was 2020 when this artificial turf was installed here at Zollner. Last year, the court was redone. New bleachers were put in the cage where Concordia plays their volleyball and basketball games. Here's Mack to throw. Pressured off the outside. Mack gets it away. Has a man. Was that caught? It was. Jacob Sharon. Climbed the ladder, Jacob. But do we have a flag? Yes, we do.
and that gives the Generals a first down. Except for there is a flag on the play.
By the looks of things, it's not going to stand. That was a heck of a catch by Jacob Sharon. Personal foul on Wayne. Well, the play's not going to stand, but let's just take a look at this one more time. Ripke got some pressure. Levitt got some pressure. Didn't see where the personal foul was. Darion Evans on the sideline thinking that Concordia is going to be flagged for pass interference. Instead, Wayne gets flagged for a personal foul. And this is first down. And if I'm reading this right, 1st and 30. There's the official announcement from Chad Hoover, our PA announcer. This is NFL blitz down and distance. It's a video game that was out back in the 90s. And whenever you started a drive, it was always 1st and 30. Mack, short throw, complete. Off the sideline and out of bounds goes Sharon. Gets back a lot of the yards lost. But the clock stops with 6 seconds to go.
At about the 41-yard line penalty.
2nd and 16. Make that 17. Mack getting the play from the sideline. Pressure from Concordia. Mack steps up, in trouble, and he goes down. Did the ball come out? Does Concordia have it? They continue battling for the ball. Let's see. Wayne got it back. 44-12 at the end of 3, and we'll go to the fourth quarter with Wayne facing a 3rd and a country mile when we return on SummitCitySports.com.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade-in services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
Well, Wayne facing a 3rd and long here as we start the 4th quarter. Wayne does lead at 44-12. Nobody scored there in the 3rd quarter. Snyder now leads 44-14 over Northrop. That game's at the end of the 3rd quarter. And again, we found out earlier that East Noble had defeated Columbia City. Well, I said it was 3rd down. The ball was actually fumbled by Wayne on the last possession, so they've reset the chains. It's now 1st down. Concordia may have actually had possession of the ball on that last play of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at this. Harold Mack gets stripped from behind, and yeah, I think Concordia actually had the ball, but then lost it, and Wayne got it back. So I think that's the reason that Wayne got a brand new set of downs. So now it's 2nd down and 8. Trey McCraney in at quarterback now. He throws the screen complete to the far side, and that's a big run after the catch by Tyree Eldridge.
Tyree Eldridge with the reception and the 1st down for the Generals. But there's a flag on the play.
Again, there's another flag down. Well, if I'm reading this right, Tyree Eldridge had just 7 yards total receiving coming into this game. It's against Wayne again. Well, Wayne shot themselves in the foot with penalties several times against Southside just 2 weeks ago. They managed to win that game. But another penalty takes away a 1st down.
It is now 2nd down and 13 for the Cadets.
2nd and 15. Trey McCraney, the backup quarterback in. You would think he would be the heir apparent to the starting job in years to come. We'll see what happens, see what kind of competition there might be. Although McCraney, if I'm not mistaken, is related to head coach Sherwood Haydock. That screen pass is complete to Eldridge, but he goes out of bounds behind the sticks. He lost about 4 on the play. Well, now it's 3rd down and a mile. 3rd and 19 by the looks of things. Off the hands of McCraney, and it's picked up by the Cadets. Riley Ripke, and the ball comes out again. Did Wayne get it back again? Are you kidding me? Concordia thinks it's a touchdown.
There was a fumble and a recovery by number 11, Riley Ripke.
I think Ethan Rich came away with it and took it into the end zone, but Concordia fumbled the ball again, and Wayne got it back. That's more exchange fumbles, and now Wayne's going to have a brand new set of downs, but they're going to be up against their own end zone. This is becoming a crazy game despite the fact Wayne's up 32 points. Here's another look at what happened. Well, you could see the ball just go right through McCraney's hands. Ripke with the recovery, and looked like he lost the ball on his way down. So Concordia with a chance to have a 1st and goal instead gives it back to Wayne. Did the ball come out again? Oh, Ripke's in the mix again. But it looks like he and Walton both have possession, and tie goes to the offense. So it'll be Wayne football.
Loss of 1 yard for the Generals on that carry. It is 2nd and 11.
Well, McCraney will go under center. He's going to hand this one off. And bouncing that one to the outside is Kayvon Morris.
Hand off to number 30, Kayvon
He'll change the field position here just a little bit, get out to the 20-yard line. Well, that was an adventurous sequence for the Generals. 2 fumbles, and then they force fumbles after the Concordia recovery. Technically 3 fumbles. Wayne was able to get their own recovery on that first down play. Off the left side, it's Morris. Got a couple on the play. Looked like he got 3 out to the 23-yard line. For Concordia, they're right back here next week for their home finale. They'll take on the Homestead Spartans. And when we last heard, Homestead was in a dogfight with Carroll. That game tied at 10. Another run play, and that's Morris stopped from behind.
Hand off to number 30, Kayvon Morris.
Eli Trent appeared to be the one who made the tackle for Concordia. 3rd and 6 coming up for Wayne. A jet sweep to Eldridge. Eldridge looking for room off that left side. Concordia's got it played well. And the man who finished off the tackle is Jason Wigman. Eldridge was met by a host of cadets, and then Wigman comes in to help finish it off. And now you would think Wayne would punt here on 4th down. 4th and 5 in their own territory. I do believe that's Campos back to return the punt. Pressure, they get it away. And that ball will bounce to the sideline, no return. 7:08 to go here in this 4th quarter. Braden Corbett back out there. He led the scoring drive on Concordia's first possession, but since then, they've only been able to find the end zone once. Three wide receivers to the near side. A lot of those receivers lined up deep in the formation. There goes Trent in motion. Victor Sawyer up the middle. Not much room for him there as Nelson is in on the tackle for Wayne. Nelson looks like he's hobbling a little bit. Lanos Martin's going to go to the sideline, and it looks like Nelson's going to go with him. That might be the end of the night for both of those guys. Devin Walton comes in for Wayne. 2nd down and 8 for Concordia. Well, Nelson and Martin have put together a really fine night defensively for these Generals. They've constantly gotten pressure, been active in the backfield as Corbett in trouble, flushed out, throws on the run, it's incomplete. That was Cooper Richardson who got the pressure for Wayne. Third and 8 coming up for the Concordia Cadets as Corbett gets the play from the sideline. And both these teams have won state championships in their history. Concordia won their last state championship back in 2016 under Tim Manigal. And Wayne got their most recent state championship in 1995. Mark Newland was the head coach. Corbett operates from the pistol. Takes a high snap, looks to throw, deep ball down the sideline, and that ball appears to be caught. Flag is down, and it looks like it is caught. Noah Trent. And the flag might be a late hit, potentially targeting. We'll see what the signal is here in just a second. Officials currently discussing it. It is a personal foul, no targeting. Let's take another look at it. Hard to see it from there, but it looked like somebody from Wayne came in and hit him late. Might have been Doty. Victor Doty, number 12. And the ball is moved down to the 13-yard line as a result of the penalty.
On the 13-yard line, and it is 1st and 10.
Corbett to throw to the corner. Got a man there. Was that caught? Touchdown, Concordia. Avery Cook over the shoulder. And a flag comes in at the end. This may be some more unnecessary roughness. Officials will discuss it. Cook made the catch, then was tackled. Well, maybe not unnecessary roughness, but as I'm skimming through the replay, it looks like this is just going to be pass interference. Either that or defensive holding. I think that's Bravion Query who was defending Cook on the play. That's a linebacker defending a wide receiver. We'll get the announcement here. It is pass interference against Wayne, and understandably the Cadets will decline it. Here's another look at this catch. Heck of a catch this was on the part of Avery Cook. Had to make a one-handed catch on the play, and I apologize, that was not Query who was defending. That was Adrian Wooten who had the coverage. Well, I thought the call was pass interference against Wayne. They're moving the ball all the way back to the 17-yard line. Concordia is going for 2 here. But going for 2 from a long way out. Corbett to throw. Toward the end zone, one-on-one. It is caught. Mike Henley Jr. Well, it's a 24-point game. A couple of nice catches by Concordia receivers. That time the freshman, Mike Henley Jr., makes the play. There's another look at it. Good protection by the O-line, and Corbin did not waste any time. Henley able to make the catch. Darion Evans arguing that he was pushed against and that there should have been a flag for pass interference, but none comes in. 5:51 left in the game, and Concordia will kick it off, and you wonder if they might be thinking about an onside kick. I'm sure they're definitely thinking about it, but we'll see if that's what they go with. Riley Ripke to kick it off for Concordia. Wayne has 5 guys up at the 50-yard line. If you're Wayne, you got to be ready for an onside kick here. With what's currently a 3-score game, it is an onside kick. Who's got it? Concordia says they have it. It's looking like Wayne's got it. Still some finger pointing going around. Still have not been given a signal as to whose football it is. Looked like the signal is Wayne football, but meanwhile we've got a general down. And it looks like this may be serious. The entire general sideline drops to a knee, and Concordia's players, they do the same. Well, we're going to take a break during this injury timeout here on SummitCitySports.com.
My name's Cam Smith. I'm the Director of Football Operations for PSM Football. PSM Football is going to change the landscape of Fort Wayne football. There's a huge need for folks that want to get their sons and daughters involved in some personalized instruction, specifically in football at all positions. For the first time ever, we're bringing to the region a wide variety of different programming out.
Well, the injured player is Quentin Thomas. He's being carried off the field by the training staff. Mitchell Anderson's the athletic trainer. He had an assistant out there with him to help Thomas off the field. Well, you can see there Thomas not putting the left foot down at all. And we do have our answer. The ball was recovered by Wayne. No signal was given, but in the end it is Wayne football. 5:48 to go, and we certainly wish the best for Quentin Thomas. Again, he was not putting any weight on his left foot. Mack hands this one off. And I believe that is Stallings with the carry. It is. He got 4 on the play. Clock did not start. And now they've started it. Mack wants to throw. Pressured. Trying to get away. He won't. Looked like Ripke got to him. Now check that. It's not Ripke. Zane Boltemeyer getting some pressure. The defensive back coming up in a pass rush situation.
Loss of yards for the Generals as Harold Mack is run out of bounds.
Loss of 3 back to the 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 9. Mack out of the shotgun, takes the snap and hands it off to Stallings. Stallings dragged down from behind. He'll lose yardage. And it looked like Levitt who made the tackle. It is Jacob Levitt with the tackle for loss. And now Stallings is down on the ground. And it looks like he is either cramping up or now has a bad knee. Boy, you can tell Stallings is in some pain as athletic trainer Mitchell Anderson comes out to take a look at him. We'll take another injury timeout here on SummitCitySports.com.
My name's Cam Smith. I'm the Director of Football Operations for PSM Football. PSM Football is going to change the landscape of Fort Wayne football. There's a huge need for folks that want to get their sons and daughters involved in some personalized instruction, specifically in football at all positions. For the first time ever, we're bringing to the region a wide variety of different programming outside of the normal instruction. We're going to bring the 7-on-7 teams. We're also going to bring adult programming, flag leagues. We're going to bring indoor leagues, outdoor leagues. We're going to do a lot of different camps and clinics for all different ages, but also for coaches. We also take a more of a holistic approach when it comes to developing the whole person. We want to be sure that we're doing exactly what the parents want, exactly what the athletes want, and exactly what the coaches think that the athlete needs to work on. Parents can sign their kids up right now for personalized training at all positions in football, so we're excited about that, and we really look forward to have everybody come out and take advantage of what we're offering with PSM football.
Well, Stallings still walking off the field, getting a little bit of help, but the good news is he's still able to walk mostly under his own power. So that takes your starting running back out of the game. Now we know that Kemar Nelson can handle the tailback position. He is the leading rusher for Wayne coming into this game, but use him a lot at linebacker, so Sherwood Haydock likes to have that 1-2 punch of Stallings and Nelson, so he doesn't have to let Nelson carry the ball the whole time. This is 4th and 11. 4:23 and counting left on the clock. It's Nelson off the left side. Inside the 45, gets a good game, but he's short of the first down, and that was 4th down, so Concordia takes over on downs. And the clock also stops with 4:10 to go. Concordia still a long way to go to come back in this game. Just a day ago, Kemar Nelson got a game day invite to Toledo's game against Miami of Ohio. Not sure if he's gotten an offer yet, but gotten a game day invite, so that's certainly something he'll take. Sherwood Haydock said about Kemar Nelson coming into this season, he's the best linebacker I've ever been around. And Sherwood Haydock's been coaching high school football in Indiana for a long time. A long run at Harding, long run at Woodland. Woodland was where he coached before he took over at Wayne. 2nd down and 10. Corbett to throw, gets some pressure out to the near side. That's complete. And Campos needing to get out of bounds. Very close to the first down. No, check that, close to midfield. Does not have the first down. Apparently he did not quite get out of bounds before he was down. 3rd and 2 coming up for Concordia. No doubt it's difficult to come back from 3 scores down in less than 4 minutes. But Concordia's got to hurry to give themselves a chance. They've kept Wayne from getting this to a running clock. Sawyer met and dropped, and there's Nelson. Kemar Nelson, another great play. The tackle for loss and a loss of a yard make it 4th down. Kemar Nelson, Lanas Martin, they have been active in the Concordia backfield and have come up with several big stops at the line or behind the line. 4th and 3. Wayne shows blitz. Corbett takes the snap to the sideline. That is caught for the first down and more. Mike Henley Jr. Well, this freshman is starting to impress for Concordia. Henley Jr. caught the touchdown pass, and I think that might be his 5th catch of the night. Braden Corbett has looked to him several times, especially with Jack Belschner, as far as I know, not being available. I did see him on the sidelines with his jersey on, but not in pads. Looks like he's got a ball cap on over on the sideline. Blitz comes. Corbett gets it away, but that's incomplete. Well wide of the mark, looking for Noah Trent. Concordia has a couple of players who are freshmen coming out of St. Paul's Lutheran School in downtown Fort Wayne. One of them is Denzel Barr. Denzel Barr, as I recall, had a really good run on St. Paul's basketball team. Luke Hayworth also played basketball, and he was second on the depth chart behind Riley Ripke for today. Hayworth wears number 53. That's the younger brother of Grant and Cole Hayworth, themselves St. Paul graduates. Pressure right up the middle, and they get to Corbett.
Braden Corbett taken down in the backfield.
McKylan Westmoreland.
McKaylan Westmoreland.
The sophomore linebacker gets the sack. There's some young guys to watch out for on this Wayne defense. One of them I've talked about is Javante Eldridge. The last few weeks he's been active in the backfield. Well, Westmoreland coming up with a big-time sack, and it's 3rd and 18 for Concordia. Corbett corrals the snap. Fires downfield, one-on-one coverage, incomplete.
Pass intended for number 11,
Darion Evans had the coverage on Riley Ripke.
4th down and 18 for the Cadets.
It's 4th and 18, so Concordia basically in gotta-have-it time here. Corbett, pressure, fires downfield, incomplete, and Wayne takes over on downs. What's next for Wayne as they host Northside next week. That'll be over at Wayne Stadium, and then they finish the regular season on the road. Check that. That'll be at home against Snyder. See if we can get an update on what's going on between Northside and Southside in that totem pole game. It was 6-0 when we last checked. Appears that it's gone final. But Wayne comes back on the field as they try to ice this game away with 1:22 to go. They'll go power I formation here. Concordia still has 3 timeouts. So it looks like Wayne is going to run another play, and they do. I think that's Sharon in the backfield, and he takes off. Check that. I believe that is actually Kavon Morris.
Big gain of yards for number
Kavon Morris with a big-time gain, and clock stops at 1:09. Wayne is going to get another play as the clock will start as they reset the chains here in a minute. Mack's already set and ready to run his next play. He'll hand it off. That's Morris pounding into some traffic. And whistles blow. Kavon Morris, a freshman. Getting a chance to have some minutes late in the ball game. Second and 5. Probably the last play of the game as Morris gets the handoff off the left side, and he's going to be close to a first down. And they will move the chains. Clock stops at 30 seconds, but Wayne is on their way to a 3-3 regular season record and a date with Northside next week. And now with less than 30 seconds to go, you wonder if Harold Mack just takes a knee here. Concordia does have all 3 of their timeouts, but they're moot point by now. Wayne actually doesn't even need to run a play. There's less time on the game clock than there is on the play clock, but Mack does take a knee. He just spiked the ball at the end of it. That's an interesting way to end it, but Wayne is the winner. Wayne wins it 44-20 over Concordia. And they go to 3-3 on the season. Concordia falls to 2-5. Concordia hosts Homestead next week. Wayne hosts Northside next week. Our Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game are going to be Kemar Nelson and Lanas Martin, two front seven guys. Nelson, a linebacker, Martin, a defensive lineman, constantly in the Concordia backfield, causing trouble for the Cadets. Martin and Nelson are your PSM players of the game, and that will do it from here at Concordia. For my cameraman, Matt Jackson, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Zollner Stadium. Wayne wins at 42-20 over Concordia. You've been watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.